Hi everyone, welcome back to Soul Sync. Today we are going to walk through 5 signs that you might be a light worker. Now, light workers are starting to come out of their shells, they're starting to wake up, they're starting to get activated and ready to get going and living their life purpose, living their life's dream. But sometimes people don't know that they are a light worker. And generally, when they start on the path of sort of getting serious about their dream, feeling that calling, that inner yearning for something more that rises up, they feel lost and confused, and some of them may feel crazy, like, what's happening to me? I don't know who I am. So today we're going to walk through 5 signs to provide a little clarity, to use as a guidepost as to whether or not you resonate with being a light worker and if that may be your soul's path in this lifetime. So sign number 1 is that you feel like you have a big purpose, but you might have no clue what it is. Now, I went through this myself. For many years, I just felt like I was here for an important reason. And important doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be, the biggest name in history that's going to go down for making the biggest change in the world. We all have a significant part to play. Whether or not we resonate with the term light worker or feel called to that sort of group I guess I would say identity, where we are identifying with that concept, with that path and that lifestyle. But generally, there is a sense of having a big purpose, of being here for an important reason, of feeling almost a pressure inside to do something big, to make a big change, contribute in a positive way, to help others, to heal others, to guide others in very important and powerful ways. And so this is usually one of the first signs of being a light worker that people can trace all the way back to even, their teens, their childhood. You just sort of feel this energy of having an important purpose, of being almost like held to a higher standard, whether that's, holding ourselves that way or by the world, the universe, parents. We just generally feel as though we have this responsibility to the world, right? This big purpose looming ahead of us, and we may not know what it is, and that adds more pressure to us, right? Because we want to know, we want to figure it out so that we can start doing it. So if you feel like you have a big purpose, you may or may not know yet what that purpose is. You may just be a light worker. Now, sign number 2 is that you are feeling called to more in this lifetime. So even if you feel as though you may already be on mission, or you're taking steps towards your purpose, you're living a life that you enjoy, that you love, that is, in whatever degree fulfilling for you, you still feel called for more. And this is not to be confused with the general sense of emptiness or loneliness or constant pursuit that sometimes accompanies, depression or anxiety, where we are sort of seeking something external to self-soothe, to make ourselves feel better. This is something that goes much deeper than that, and it's not driven by a tendency or a drive or a compulsion to self-soothe something else. This is just an underlying baseline feeling of an inner calling, where you feel called to step it up, to amp it up, to change it up, to enhance what you're doing in some way, or to maybe shift trajectories from what you're doing, to sort of, kickstart this evolution of personal growth and development. Because sometimes where we start is not necessarily the same place we're meant to end. We learn many things along the way throughout this lifetime, and those gifts, those skills, that knowledge, those experiences compound positively for us. They go right into our arsenal of tools, and help us sort of prepare for what we may need down the road. And we don't always know what that is or what's around the next corner, but there's just an inner knowing, an inner calling, that there is something more, and you want to get there. You want to find out what it is. You want to participate in that more. Now, sign number 3 is closely linked to sign numbers 1 and 2. And this is a strong, almost visceral desire to help others and humanity. And for me, I had this very thing ever since I was a child. I really wanted to help others, and I was usually the supporter in the group of friends or whoever I was with, the family unit. I was always trying to help others be their best, help them achieve their goals, and help them see the positives of where they were. And we tend to have this deeply encoded in our hearts, deeply encoded in our souls for this lifetime, that we bring something very valuable to the world that others are in need of. And there are countless other light workers out there who may have the same mission as you, which is not to discourage us. There's no such thing as too many light workers, right? It's great when people get along and help each other, and bring that kindness, compassion, and just a warm, loving heart, positive, good intentions for others, unconditional positive regard. So this strong desire to help others and humanity is something innate with us, that even if we get off path, even if we perhaps become not the nicest person to others for a period of time as part of our growth trajectory, remember, everything is just temporary. So even if we go through that cycle, we still have this underlying strong desire to help, even if we don't know how, even if we haven't identified what our inner calling for something more is, even if we haven't yet identified what our this feeling of a big life purpose is for us, we still just want the best for others, no matter what. Even if we get triggered and have those, low vibe moments, we still overall, just within our heart and soul, want what's best for others, for humanity, for the earth, just for the world at large. Now, sign number 4 is something that is a little bit more experiential. So it's not so much just this, feeling or idea of I should be doing more, I want to do more, I'm called to do more, I feel like I have a big purpose, I really want to help people. This is something that is a personal experience for us that just so happens to help others as we start stepping into our Lightworker mission. Now, number 4 is strong intuition or emerging intuitive insights. So we all hit this point in life where we experience something that activates us. And when that happens, we can really start getting a lot of strong intuitive activations as well. So we will start feeling more strongly the energy of others. We will sort of just have that sixth sense that comes up about situations, or if someone invites you somewhere and it's something you would normally do and it's exciting, you love doing it, but there's something within you that's like, maybe not this time. And then say you don't go and you find out later 2 people got food poisoning, half the people, they're sick, and the other half didn't have a good time because they couldn't sleep because the other ones were up all night sick. And these little intuitive insights or impulses that will sort of test how ready we are to embody our full self. So, intuition is something that's innate within all of us. This is not Lightworker specific. This is a standard human capability that, unfortunately, as we grow up, is often trained out of us by our family units, by society, by education. And it's not necessarily that, our parents or our family mean ill towards us. It is just something that in past generations, there was more of an emphasis on logic and following a specific way of doing things, way of thinking, following the pack, following the crowd. And this intuition starts peeking out when we have that activating experience or that activating moment. And it gets stronger with time. So if you are experiencing sudden strong intuition, if your intuition has been creeping up over time and getting stronger, and you're finding that as you listen to it, it's generally been pretty spot on. Or if you have impulses to do something, to go somewhere, and you're experiencing positive synchronicities when you do so, when you listen to those impulses, you may just be a light worker, and those intuitive impulses are really starting to shine through to help you find that purpose, help you find that more calling that you can feel within you, a longing for, and also to guide you to meet others, have certain experiences, go to certain places that are helping you to start helping others, helping you to start helping humanity. Now, number 5 is very basic, probably the most immediate of all. If you already may have strong intuition, even if you don't yet, you may notice a certain feeling in your body when you hear the term. Number 5 is you resonate with the term Lightworker. So when you see the term Lightworker, when you read about what a Lightworker is, when you hear about Lightworkers and the work that they're doing, positive effects that they are wishing on the world, trying to create for the world, trying to spread amongst others and encourage others to also participate in, you feel resonance with that. It feels like a comfortable feeling. It feels solid. It feels full in your gut and your heart, and it just feels true. You may be a light worker. And this term, for me personally, when I came across it, now let me just say I have experienced all 5 of these. So it's kind of kickstarting our discussion here, but I always felt I had a big purpose. I really wanted to help people, and I was really in touch with my intuition when I was little. So childhood, adolescence, and there were certain events that happened in my life that really sort of pulled me away from that connection. And I call that, my dark period. I was not being guided from within. I was searching from without, and it sort of jarred or shook up the way that I experienced life, connected with others, and navigated the world. And when I came across the term Lightworker, I just had this feeling of being seen and of being known and of belonging. And so for me, I don't necessarily, consider Lightworker as, a small little box that we put our identity into, right? It's just an adjective type of noun, adjective or a noun. If you're lightworking, if you're a light worker, if you're light worker-y, whatever you want to call yourself, if you want it to be your identity, perfect. If you don't, you do light work. You can just use it in that term. But for me, when I came across it, it just felt true for me, and it really, didn't give me a sense of identity per se, but it sort of helped to orient me on my path and open my eyes to the fact that, apart from this potentially being a box that people put themselves into, or a group, it really made me see that there was a community of other people out there, regardless of background, race, religion, creed, belief systems, that really just wanted to do good in the world. And that resonated for me 100%. So if that resonates with you, the word light worker, the attributes of a light worker, the goals, the wishes, the hopes, the dreams of a light worker, all the things that people are trying to positively impress upon the world, you may just be a light worker. So I would love to hear in the comments below how many of you resonate with the term light worker. If you feel like you have a big purpose, if you're lost trying to find your big purpose, how long you have been on your spiritual path. I love hearing about others' journeys and kind of, where they've been, where they are, where they're going. It's always very joy provoking and motivating just to see how many people out there are finding their way in this lifetime towards their true self. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help others find this content, and I will see you all next time. Bye.